Hi everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and today is, I think, the 8th of January of 23, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the 9th. I didn't check, but anyway, I am here to share with you my 2022 BAPs, and there's 6 of them and 6 others that I brought into 2022. I hope all of you are doing okay. We are very, very overcast and rainy today, and I tried the best to come up with my lighting situation, but it's not ideal. My ring light had a kind of a fatal accident, and it's no longer among the living, so I had to order another one. And those things are, if you're thinking of investing in a ring light, look at the tripod, because some of those things have tiny little tripods at the bottom, and the weight of the light, when you put your phone on it, it'll just flop over. And that's what happened. It fell over and cracked, and it still works, but it won't stay where I need it to stay. So, you get what you pay for. That's what my grandmother always told me, and she was so right. I have found that true in my entire life. So let's get started. And thank you for all of your wonderful comments on my finish video and my plans. I really appreciate all of you sharing with me what you're up to and welcoming me back to FlossTube. I missed you guys too. I really did. And there probably wasn't a day that went by that I didn't think about the community, because I was stitching, and I really did miss you all too. So it's good to be back. I'm not going to commit on weekly videos because I don't want to pressure myself, but if I can, I promise you I will be back with you as often as I can, because I need the interaction and the friendship too. I'm a pretty introverted person, and well, I am probably the dictionary definition of an introvert. So I really appreciate you commenting and talking back and forth with me, because I love sharing our hobby together. So that being that, my BAPs are first, and they're pretty big, ambitious projects. I made good progress in all of them. I try to work it out every year to where I touch all of my WIPs, and I put at least, all of my WIPs last year got at least 500 stitches. So that's what I'm hoping for this year. Some of them will get more. 2 of these WIPs will get, substantially more, but I am very happy though with where I'm coming along with these, and I chose to pick 2 to actually focus on this year. First one that I want to show you is Elizabeth Weston. She is a beauty. She's from Hands Across the Sea. I saw her at market at a model of her, and I like to fell out right there in the middle of Nicola's room. Honestly, it is just so beautiful. So that was a no-brainer for me. The pink, and here's where she was the 1st of January. And I'll try to do a side-by-side, but I don't know. I was going to show you where my finishes were the 1st of January, but I completely forgot. So I'm hoping to get those put up on Instagram over the next few days to show you the progress that I made from where they were the 1st through the time I finished them. So here is Miss Elizabeth right now. And I can't see what you're seeing, but yeah, here we go. There she is. So I made a ton of progress on her. She got 500 stitches a month. She got over 6,000 stitches last year. So I'm using a 35 count Wild Honey Lakeside Linen, and the called for silks on her. So it's just beautiful. The silks are like butter. She is just beautiful. I still have to put the word dear in here. Dear parents, I address. But there's where she is. And she's easy to work on. The letters and words are over 1, but everything else is over 2. And, well, I think there's birds and things that are going to be over 1 when I get farther down. But Yeah, she's pretty, and the colors are so subtle. So you can barely even tell that there's stitching there, but you can see it better in person. But yeah, she's a beauty. She's a beauty. So that's that. I'm finding that hanging these up is really helping because it's working for me. So these are not in any kind of order. This is Christmas Quaker by Bygone Stitches. Okay, you'll see it, but it's either Christmas Quaker or Quaker Christmas 2. There is a part 1, and it is very similar. It's a Quaker, but this one has the Christmas carols on it, and that's why I wanted to stitch this one. So this is the first one I usually pick up every month. On the first of the month, I would pick this one up and get my, because I adore this. It's so much fun. So here's where she was on the 1st of January of 22. And here she is now. So I'm doing this on 36 count something. I think it's a picture of this plus maybe doubloon or Heartland or one of those. 36 count, and I'm using 1 strand over 2. And I'm using Gentle Arts Mulberry and Gentle Arts Piney Woods. So there's my wonderful progress on this one. I did get in over 6,000 stitches on this one this year. This one got, I think, closer to 7 because I just enjoyed stitching on it so much. It was hard to stop sometimes. But I do want to keep a Quaker going because I just love them. Each little motif's like a mini win, you know, it's a mini win. So there's my Quaker Christmas. I didn't think through where to put these when I was finished with them. Okay, the next one, it looks like, is With the Needle 2 by Lila Studio. I'm not sure if it's Lila or Lila. If you all know for absolute sure, let me know. So if I'm mispronouncing her name, I can fix that. Here's where this one was on January 1st of 22. Pretty. And here's where it is now. I think this one got 2,000 stitches in 22. This was not one of my focuses. This was part of my BAP attack, but I think it got over 2,000 stitches. I didn't bring my book, and I'm not going to share any stats with you on this, but you can see, you know, kind of with the before and after pictures. But this is just a stunning piece. And this is, I think, Sage from Sassy's Fabrics, if I'm not mistaken. She doesn't dye fabrics anymore, but they were just beautiful. So this is a really, really showing up pretty true, pretty beautiful green. So that's that one, With the Needle 2. My next one, okay, is one of my focus pieces for the year. This is Anniversaries of the Heart by Blackbird Designs. There's 15 parts to this one. I started this for my birthday, I'm pretty sure, in 2019. And I'm dedicating each block to a special female in my life. So each of my sisters, my mother, my grandmothers, my BFF, everybody will be represented in here that, you know, has been a huge part of my life over the last 50-some years. Here comes my husband. Okay, I'm not sure if Penny's done barking, but if she barks, she'll stop. So here it is now. I've got 8 blocks completed of the 15. Let me get it all on screen for you. I'm peeking through the fabric. So good progress on this and a good stopping point for the year after getting that last block finished. This is also done on a green. It was, what color was it? Yeah, it was a brighter green, and then I tea-dyed it. 36 count, not sure It stitches like a witched fabric because it's pretty open weave, but I'm not really sure if it is witched or not. But there, and I've not done any personalization except for my grandmother here. I did put the year she was born and her initials in that one. And then this one is my block here, October, because, you know, I'm so glad we live in a world. But I have plans for each block for, you know, personalizing it. But I've not really decided on whether to put birth dates or other, you know, special dates or, you know, things like that. So, and if you're thinking about stitching this series, the cover charts do not match the actual called for flosses. So, for example, this one looks much more gray on the cover of the chart, the cover photo, than it actually is. So, you know, just be mindful of that. But I've stitched this block, this is the second time I stitched this block. I stitched it individually as well. But that's Anniversaries of the Heart. My goal this year is 1,000 stitches a month on this one. So we'll see. That should put me, let's see, 8, I got 7 blocks left, right? 8 and 7 is 15. Can I math? So I should be pretty well on my way with that one at the end of the year to a finish. So, okay, my next one is Village of Hawkrun Hollow. And I started this one in 2018, put the first few stitches in it, but then I was working on Map of Hawkrun Hollow at the time, and I wanted to get that one done, so this one languished for a while. So I've not really been working on it since 2018. After I finished Map, I started working on this one in earnest. This is where it was on January 1st of last year. And also, I got a good stopping point on this one. I've got 3 blocks completed. So here's this one. And this one got over 6,000 stitches last year, and they were almost, I'm sorry, they were. This is, yeah, I had this at the end of 21, and I put this one in 22. So there's over 6,000 stitches in that house. I made it a school. I'm changing this up to be my little village that I grew up in. So I'm personalizing it. I'm putting my, making it, you know, blocks from my neighborhood. So this is the elementary school that I went to. And honestly, it's 3-story brick building just like this. And the doors are in the front like this. I mean, it's amazing how, let me see if I can find a picture and I'll show you. But it's like so perfect, you know. And I put, you know, that information here and what year it was established. And I tried to find somebody who knew for sure, but all I could get was 1930 or 31. And it seems to me like it was 31 from what I remember in my childhood, you know, going there. So that's what I put. It's close enough. So there is my Village of Hawkrun Hollow, 3 blocks completed. This one will get 1,000 a month as well. They're easy. It's an easy stitch. It really is. It's just big. It's just big, but it's an easy stitch. I really enjoy working on that. I'm doing that on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And it's the same one that I did my Houses of Hawkrun Hollow on. And Map. So, kind of have a thing going. And my last BAP is Witch's Hollow by Primitive Needle. This is a very hard to find chart. I was lucky enough to find someone who had it and wanted to trade it. So I made a trade and was able to get this chart, and I'm just over the moon. This is one that I've been after for years, and it was one of my unicorns. So I was very tickled. Started it almost, you know, as soon as I got it. So here's where it was the first of the year, 2022. And this one got over 2,000 stitches as well. It was not a focus, but it got some love. And here's where this one is. 1/2 called for flosses. They're mostly weeks on Picture This Plus Fog. 36 count. So there's where I am on that one. That little pumpkin. I can't with that rat though. That rat, come on. Look at that. Lisa was just so talented. My goodness. Gone way too soon. I miss her. I miss her designs. So that's Witch's Hollow. Okay, that's my 6 BAPs that I'm working on. See, that's what I mean. I've got a lot of work to do on those. That's why I'm trying my best not to start another one, but it's so hard. I love the big projects. So let me show you a few other WIPs that I have that I brought into 2022. These are the only ones left that I brought into 2022. This is Threadneedle Street by, wait a minute, give me a minute. It's right on tip, Abby. No. Annie Bees. Annie Bees, my friend Annie Bees. This is Threadneedle Street. I love this. Here's where it was the 1st of January 22. And here it is now. Isn't that cute? Those little spools. I think my goal on this one's 1,000 stitches. And, you know, those goals can always change. I think I'm using call for in this one. Pretty sure. I mean, not that my goals are going to change, but if I can finish them, I'm going to get them done. The next one is Friends of the Mill by Chezzy and Me. Right? I think so, yeah. Here's where it was, the 1st of January of 22. And here it is now. So there's my progress on that one. Got some of the alphabet done. There's some specialty stitches in this one that I've not tackled yet. And I am using my own colors for this one. And this says it's a silk weaver, French vanilla swirl, Belfast. So there that one is. I just love that. Okay, my next one, not much to see here, but this is Sweetheart Hill by Plum Street Samplers. Here's where it was, the 1st of January, 22. And I think this one got a little over 1,000 stitches, so not much, but I was just working in that border at the bottom with the white and the black letters. I belong. This one my husband picked out. A lot of these my husband picked out for me to stitch. The next one is A Changed World by Scarlet House, one of my favorite designers. I love Tanya. She is a sweetheart in person. She's just the most humble, sweetest, I just adore her. So anytime I get to stitch her charts, I'm stitching several of them. She makes it hard not to. But here's where this one was. And this one got quite a bit of love this year. I think it's over 2,000 stitches if I'm not mistaken. Last year, I mean. So here we are. The world has changed and so have we. Learning to be still, yearning to be free. This was released in 20 or 21 as a piece, you know, for the lockdowns and things. This is a 32 count Confederate gray, and I'm using the call for on this one. I think. Yeah, for sure. Isn't that pretty? That black is just so bold. So this one's goals 1,000 stitches, hopefully more. And it's going to go a ways too. And my last one, this is Dickens Village sampler. I love this one. There's lots of backstitch in this one. This is from Margaret and Margaret. This is an older chart. And this is where it was. And here's where it is now. The border's done. I started the alphabet in the inner border. So when I pick this up again, I'll probably finish that inner border and the alphabet. I'm going to try to get 1,000 in this one as well, and hopefully more. Because I'm carrying this one from, pretty sure, 2019. So I would like to, you know, not carry this one much longer, because it's going to be really pretty. So Dickens Village sampler. That is everything that I brought into 2022 that I didn't finish. So that's that. Thank you very much for joining me. I do have some puppy pictures at the end, and I'd like to share those with you. A couple of you wanted to see the puppies, so I snapped some pictures. There's 3 left over there out of 16. 2 mamas got pregnant at the same time. 8 puppies apiece. 16 puppies. So there are 3 left over there. My son took 4 of them, rehomed 3 and kept 1. So we have a new family member. I have a new granddaughter. Her name is Lila, and I'll show you a couple pictures of her. And then I borrow a puppy every so often, every day or so. My husband, go get me a puppy to cuddle. You know, if you ever watched that movie Raising Arizona, I need a baby. I want a baby to cuddle. Well, I said, go over and get me a puppy to cuddle. So he'll go over and bring me one over here. And the one I'm going to show you is the little black one with the little white on her chin. I've kind of took up with her. No, I'm not. No. She's already got a home. My son has rehomed her as well. So her name is Rae, R-A-E, and she'll be going to her forever home probably in the next couple weeks. So hopefully we'll get the other 2 little girls rehomed, and everybody will go about their way. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is a ray of sunshine. She just puts that little muzzle in my neck and just cuddles with me and lays there and goes to sleep. And it's just like having a baby. It's so sweet. So anyway, I will be back a little later with my, what else? Oh, all of my 2022 starts that are now WIPs. And once I get that one done, I'll have everything pressed and hung up and ready to go into my year. And until then, I'm going to start working on, did I show you Easter tree? You know what, when I edit this video, I'll see, but if I did not show you this is Easter tree. I didn't. This is from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And what happened was, at the beginning of the year, I worked on 2 new starts. So I've got a good chunk of those started. I've met my 500 goal for new starts. So I had to have something to work on. So I chose Easter tree. So it's gotten some progress since this picture, but this is where it was on the 1st of January of this year. So I'll show you the progress on that in my first FlossTube update official for January. I hope that you can see everything okay. I hope that there's no drumming. I hope that there's no, you know, major interruptions in this video. I'm gonna, you know, work on getting some things straightened out with my videos, but I've got some pretty exciting plans coming up, you know, for sharing with you and interacting with you. Until I see you next time, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I wish you a very happy stitching.